I know I say this all the time, but this really is never ending. Hi, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to hell. Now, for those of you who don't know, I play video games in my free time because it's a way to switch my brain off. It's also very cathartic, so I don't commit murder. I'm just kidding, Mr. FBI man. Just kidding. But seriously, gaming really is a great way to just tune the world out. And when I've had a particularly bad day or I've been looking into something extremely messed up, it's always good to be able to just sit down and completely tune everything out and not have to be exposed to more politics. Some people choose to read books, others choose to watch Netflix. I choose to throw axes at dead people. So you can imagine the collective disappointment felt when leftists make sure to get their creepy little tendrils into one of the only things left that we can actually enjoy. More and more as games are released or even updated and remastered, you see more and more political messaging in games that otherwise didn't have it before. And it goes beyond that too. It isn't just political messaging, sometimes there is a time and place for that. But this goes into other realms of social conditioning that we haven't seen before.
I mean, realistically, we probably have seen it before. I'm just probably noticing it now.
Unnecessary political and social messaging is already pushed in basically every other medium, whether it be entertainment, on social media, through streaming services, celebrities. Take your pick, really, just take your pick. It's like a plague.
My toxic trait is that I feel like a literal god when I look this hot.
And some of us were stupid enough to think that video games might continue to be more or less safe from that. But we were wrong. There are countless games that have gotten the same woke treatment. A continued sore spot for a lot of people is The Last of Us 2, which basically simultaneously gave up, but also tried too hard, all at the same time, as far as the storyline went. Actually, in recent news, you guys are gonna love this. The Last of Us TV series that's coming out has introduced some race swap characters, can you believe it? And I expect the whole thing will just be something akin to this.
Has the planet gone mad?
I have recently noticed a lot of forced messaging in games that I like and in franchises that I like, and I just sort of feel like, can I just not enjoy anything? In recent news, the Days Gone writer and creative director blamed woke reviewers for the game's low critic scores. He tweeted several reasons for the low reviews, with the final one being that woke reviewers couldn't handle a gruff, white biker looking at his date's butt. I mean, he's probably not wrong. Now, obviously, some people have pushed back here and said, no, it was just a not very good game, and maybe that's the truth of the matter. But I think the misunderstood point here is that what users want is often extremely different to what developers and reviewers want. An article from 2019 made note of several reviewers who complained about the game's white protagonist. They also complained about having to kill child zombies because, okay. Another article noted, if Deacon St. John, who is the main character in Days Gone, was a bisexual biker boy who preached for the greater good, the game would have still been the same. It would have still revolved around a drab world that many struggled to care for. I found this article excerpt to be particularly not intelligent because what this writer fails to understand is that, yes, the user experience likely would have been the same, where the user would have found the world to be drab, but as far as critic reviews go, they probably would have loved it for all the aforementioned things. And that's the point, right? The gaming world is becoming just like other forms of entertainment, superficially inflated and directed by progressive woke lunatics who don't actually care about the game, but the game's messaging. Which brings me to Modern Warfare 2. Now, I am acutely aware of the fact that this isn't necessarily hot news because it's been a couple weeks since this was being talked about, but honestly, I didn't really see a lot of coverage about this particular issue, so I wanted to address it. But before you once again board my hell gondola and I potentially ruin your whole day, let's hear from today's sponsor, Blissy. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The Sydney was dreaming from her side of the bed, with a silk Blissy pillowcase under her head. You're really doing a Christmas thing? That's so unoriginal.
No, what's unoriginal is owning pillowcases that don't have a zip. Blissy pillowcases have a zip. And not doing Christmas-themed ads at Christmas time.
Alrighty then, give us the rest of whatever this is. As your new Santa, I know Christmas is stressful. The kids tore down the curtains, the dog is on fire. But at least you'll be able to get a good night's sleep with Blissy's range of pillowcases, sleep masks, scrunchies, and even loungewear. Blissy's pillowcases are hypoallergenic, great for keeping you cool while you sleep so you get a better sleep, non-toxic, and they feel really nice. Like, unironically, they feel really nice. I've personally used Blissy for some time because they have all the qualities I like, but also I am now a convert to their sleep masks because why is there a window like this in my room? So if you'd like a better sleep or a great Christmas idea, head over to blissy.com/Sydney or click the link in the description for up to 45% off your purchase. And make sure to place your orders before December 16 to ensure they arrive in time. The new Call of Duty called Modern Warfare 2, I don't know why my mouth can't say that, came out at the end of October. Call of Duty is a franchise of military games that involve campaign-style gameplay or online multiplayer gameplay where, if you're anything like me, you just die endlessly because the kids in China are better than you at this. I can't stress enough that Call of Duty is a military game. You run around shooting things, throwing grenades, insulting everyone around you as a form of male bonding. It is not, by any stretch of the imagination, warm and fuzzy. This isn't the adult equivalent of Barbie Race and Ride. Although given enough time, it probably will be. So in recent news, the Modern Warfare developers decided to add some things to this game that left people feeling a little confused and a little upset. Because apparently if you make any sort of entertainment, then you inevitably catch the Netflix, Marvel, and Disney bug. Stupid. Military game Call of Duty goes woke. No American flag, 22 gay pride flags, burning US flag, BLM allowed, but not WLM or FJB. What a headline. What the hell is WLM? Women like men? Oh no, I can see why that was banned.
No, it's White Lives Matter.
Oh, well, that makes a lot more sense. Stupid. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the latest installment in the franchise's runaway success, and was released on October 28, 2022, features not one, but 22 pride flags and no American flags as a call sign. Call signs in COD are basically one of the ways that you can distinguish yourself from other players in the game, and in days gone by, many of the flags that were available were country flags, not pride flags. Now, of the 29 flag options in this new game, 22 of them are pride flags.
There are 22 of them?
We're talking about 22 pride flags for sexualities that I didn't even know existed.
22 sexuality? What?
Our species is 100% gonna die out.
So I just bought the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and I only have one gripe so far since playing the game. So I just started playing online last night. And for anybody who's ever played a Call of Duty game, you know you can customize your online characters. You can customize what they call calling cards, which is kind of what you see in the background here. So from the outset of this, you have 29 different calling cards that you can choose from. 7 of those are random, like Call of Duty type calling cards. 22 out of the 29 calling cards that you can pick from the outset are all pride flags. Nothing against a pride flag. You want to fly your pride flag? That's fine. But where the is the American flag? Activision. It's a military-based game, and you don't have one American flag in there?
Jokes aside, this is an issue that developers run into all the time these days. They prefer to make games for their staff rather than for the audiences that actually buy them. The people who keep them employed so that they can drink their soy milk lattes and vote for Biden. People were also pointing out that there isn't a possibility to select an American flag, or any other country flag for that matter, as a call sign, but the only American flag that they found in the game is on fire, burning on the ground. Very good. This actually reminded me a little bit of the controversy surrounding the Spider-Man game for PC that was happening in August, where someone made a mod that changed all the pride flags in the game to American flags. The mod was labeled homophobic, it was deleted, and the creator was banned from mod hosting websites. Because the mod creator also referred to the pride flag as stupid, one mod hosting site responded on Twitter saying that ModDB is an inclusive environment for all, and we do not permit targeting marginalized groups. Our content moderation is largely automated, but when identified, we have a zero tolerance policy for this kind of content. But to be honest with you, and just, because I'm obviously a pessimist and a negative Nancy about a lot of these things, I still think this situation would have gone the same way, regardless if the mod creator referred to pride flags as stupid or not. I still think that they would have seen this, decided that it was an attack on homosexuality and on pride, and then subsequently removed the mod anyway because no American flags allowed. It feels like this is so present in so many different areas of the entertainment space or the creation of entertainment space, where a huge portion of people view any sort of nationalism as a huge problem. And the funny thing is, these people, these developers, these creators would rather give us 22 pride flag options rather than letting people select a flag that represents their country or a country that they like. Because it's not like these pride flags represent a very small portion of the population in the first place. And an even smaller portion of the population who were playing Call of Duty. I love modern society so much. It absolutely does not feel like I'm being crushed to death by stupidity. But Modern Warfare 2's game changes don't stop there. People have pointed out that you can make your clan name BLM, but if you try to use WLM or FJB, these are prohibited due to profanity. I did it! I lived long enough to see White Lives Matter become profanity. Or women like men become profanity. I think both work. I think both are offensive to these kinds of people. I guess the most ironic thing, and for me the funniest thing, or the saddest thing, depending on your perspective, is that I don't know how many of you have played Call of Duty or who consistently play it, but if you've been in one of these game lobbies or just been playing the game on multiplayer online in general, you're gonna hear a lot of swearing, you're gonna hear a lot of slurs, and if you don't have a thick skin, you are 100% gonna be offended. It is the verbal Wild West. People do not hold back and they do not give a crap. It makes me wonder how long it will be before these gaming developers or these gaming outlets, so to speak, start trying to enforce censorship in game chats. It looks like it's already a thing. Intel unveils a tool to censor hate speech in video game voice chat. I'm a fortune teller. Bleep's central interface, I guess the thing that censors people, is designed to be easy enough for the average gamer to understand. Well, that's a bold assessment there. It operates via toggles and sliders and allows the player to control exactly how much offensive speech is bleeped out. Players can choose to hear none, some, most, or all, and under which category of slurs. Ableism and body shaming, aggression, LGBTQ+ hate, misogyny, name-calling, racism and xenophobia, sexually explicit language, swearing, white nationalism, and every possible variant of the N-word. How does one exactly bleep out ableism and white nationalism? How is this even real? So there you have it, bleeping out the voice chat. Very good. I guess my overall point here is that it's incredibly frustrating and distressing in a lot of ways to watch yet another medium be taken over by the same people who've taken over other areas of entertainment. This is something I actually want to expand on in a deep dive because I have a lot to say about this and a lot of examples that maybe people haven't thought of before, but I will save that for another video. As per usual, and this is not news to any of you, I think that it's quite clear that a lot of developers and critics are incredibly out of touch with the audiences who actually consume this sort of media and play these games. And the reason I personally think this is a massive problem is because these people inevitably go on to make changes to games, or just make games in general, that are unnecessary and inappropriate to suit their own agendas and narratives. Absolutely nothing is sacred and nothing is safe. In the end, I do view this as yet another way for a message to be pushed artificially and to the detriment of gamers all over the place. Now, on that note, and before I open the floor to all of you, this is just a reminder to check out Blissy using the link in the description for up to 45% off your purchase. Now, open the floor to all of you. What do you all think? Is this a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Are you a gamer who really doesn't like the new games that are coming out? You don't like the way that they're being made, the storylines, the messaging that comes from them? Are you a gamer who doesn't really care? You think this is a good thing, or you're just totally not concerned by it? Or are you somebody who thinks that gaming is a huge problem and it's actually kind of ruining society, and so really, yep, who cares if it gets ruined by leftists and progressives because it's not good anyway? And what do you generally make of this issue overall? As always, if you like the video, hit subscribe and the thumbs up button. If you want to leave a comment for the video, so just be respectful about it, and I will see you guys next time.